amazing Thursday afternoon Facebook. Kelly Chiasson here. I'm the author lead here for Landed for Success, and I am so excited because we are launching Untold Stories, our first book, very, very soon. And we have people on the edge of their seats, and we have a number of people on the edge of their seats for today's interview because this incredible woman that I have the pleasure of introducing to you if you haven't met her, coming back live again with her. I love this lady. She is one of our co-authors, Judit Schönwald, and she is not only a co-author, she's a phenomenal entrepreneur. She is a paralegal. You talk about not-for-profits, educating, teaching, inspiring. She's incredibly artistic, and I just love you. Her personality, she'll draw you in. And those of you that haven't had the pleasure of spending time with her or any space with her, you're in for a really, really big treat today because you're going to just feel her energy and her love. And when she talks, it's all on the table, and she's just a lover of people and of life. And you're going to love her as much as I've come to love her and everybody else who has the pleasure of crossing paths with her. So her link to check her out, to get to know her better, is in the post. So be sure you check it out. And I'm going to turn it right over. Judit, it is so fun to be spending my Thursday afternoon with you. So you just got done teaching, and now we're hopping in here. You're really, really active. So thank you for taking time out of your day so that everyone can get to know you a little better, and why another reason that they are going to want to be staying tuned into the launch of Untold Stories, because they are going to want to read your chapter and be inspired by what you have to share. So let's start here. Let everybody know, who are you? Who is Judit Schönwald? Because I'm sure you can wrap it up in one sentence.
Oh, one sentence? Okay.
I'm kidding. No, you can take more than one sentence. Please, in fact, do it.
Like Nike. Who am I? Well, I'm an immigrant, although I've been in this country since 1989, so I'm not a recent immigrant, but still an immigrant, as you can hear on my accent. I was born in Hungary back in the communist era. For many, it's just a textbook passage. For me, it was very much real and interesting, let's just say that. I managed to get out at the age of 21, came here, did my degree in journalism, among other things, at the University of Windsor. A shout out to my buddy Rania Walker, who was my classmate, and during those 4 years in university, and she helped me tremendously with her guidance. And by the way, Rania is an amazing owner of a PR firm, Front Door PR, full PR integrated services. And I promised her if I ever get famous, she will be handling my PR. So
you mean when?
Oh, okay, when, whatever. So when I
when
famous, she will be my PR person. So Rania, if you're listening to this by any chance, then this is for you. What am I? Who am I? Yes, so I'm a legal professional. I'm a paralegal. I've been in the profession nearly a decade here in Ontario. Shout out to Samantha Glass, who we started this journey pretty much at the same time, and we have grown, both of us, in more ways than you would know. Me particularly grown in size. So in this pandemic, but we are very dedicated. Her and I are very dedicated, not only to provide legal services, but also to help the public to know who we are. Because honestly, like almost 13 years into regulation, people still don't have no idea what paralegals are, what we can do, how we can help. We are heading, both of us, with the third person York Region Paralegal Network. And that initially started out as a need for us in York Region paralegals to get together, but quickly we realized that there is a need in the community to educate them on legal issues. That is within the paralegal scope, obviously. So we have put together some law summits, two to be exact.
And
They were
successful. They were
huge successes, both of them.
yeah.
And it was fun. We are working, even though the pandemic did not help with our plans at all, but I think that's 100% of the population here. So yeah, so that what we planned, that was thrown out the window, but we still managed to pull it off. And this is another thing I want to talk about. Resiliency, creativity, adaptability. I think that's the key for survivor or surviving anything that comes to your way. If you're rigid, if you're just set in your own ways and this is I've been doing this because this is I've been doing this for a century or whatever, that's not gonna let you, get you anywhere in life. So both on the individual and the organizational level, I think we have to muster those skills. And sometimes you just have to improvise on the fly. I mean, this year, if anything else, proved it that we can do it. Like we dug in. I mean, personally, I have dug in, and pretty much I'm at the end of it, of my reserves, like mentally, and it's difficult. It's very, very tough. So, but as you know me, 100% of the time, or at least 99% of the time, I'm smiling. I'm a happy person, and I always say I don't need to take drugs because I'm naturally high. So it's like
It's because the hat, right? The life is good.
Life is good. Life is good, actually. So
when you talk about the resiliency and the being adaptable, as an immigrant, I just know from you and I spending time prior to today, how significant that was for you personally. And then watching just what you've done just recently, adapting with one of your, an incredible artistic arm that you have of vision and inspiration that you are bringing to other people is incredible. And you're adapting how you get your artwork and your talents. And I will say that it's a symphony of emotions, in my opinion, that artists bring to people through music, through art, through words, through acting, theater, everything. And you've recently done that with your art. And I love this is kind of not to do with Untold Stories, but it is, because it's connected, that adaptability. And we don't need to put this out there. Well, that's okay. I'll speak for me. I'm 45, but at 45 years old, still finding myself adapting and needing to change and keep up. Like you said, if you're doing things like this, century-old archaic ways, like there's no room for that in 2021, especially not in COVID. And I would love for you to tell everybody what you have recently, your newest endeavor with your art, and how you are bringing that to
for
people.
the record, I'm 53.
Woo!
So I beat you by a couple of years.
I love it.
And inside, I feel like 16. So basically, my art is, nobody will see, because if I get up, it's like nobody will see. Oh, here we go. So I put my art on wearables, clothing, and accessories. And there's a website that sells my products at the moment. It's just fun. It's just really, really, really fun to see your creation as a wearable product. I always wanted to do that. And I didn't know. And by the way, shout out to Sammy, because Sammy was the one who directed me to the right place.
Samantha Glass.
So I give credit where credit is due. And for some reason, Sammy's always on the look and always thinking about me and always sending me stuff. You have to do this and this and this and this and blah, blah. Okay, fine. By the way, her offices, SFG Paralegal Services in Vaughan, that serves as my gallery, basically, because my big pieces are showcase there. So if for nothing else, and when it's actually the stay-at-home orders are lifted, and regardless, even if you don't have a legal problem, just go and visit them.
Just go
and
visit your art. Do it. It's gorgeous. Your artwork.
So she's generously lent her wall space for me, and I put up some. I like them actually. It's weird, but I like my work. So it's like,
I'm glad.
so there's some artists that say, "Oh my God, this is not perfect. Oh my God, this is just." No, I love my work. So it's and especially the piece that Sammy has in her office. Personally, that was a gift to her from me. That particular piece, and it just brings joy. And you see, I am not a trained artist. I have to tell you that. I've never been. As a matter of fact, I was told in school that I failed arts. I failed. Yeah. So not the art history part, but the art part,
the
because
application.
yeah. So I cannot draw a straight line for the life. It depends on me. Depended on me. I can't do that. But I don't care. And today I was in a conversation with age, and in the 20s you care about what they think of you. In your 40s you don't give a shit, and when you turn 60, it's like, what was I? Nobody cared anyway. So I was ahead of the crowd or the curve in my 20s, because I didn't give a what they thought of me. I still don't. And you know why? Because I'm not here to please others. I'm here to be at peace with myself, and at peace at what I do. Every night when you go to sleep, you look in the mirror and you say, okay.
I was gonna say, when you're looking in the mirror when you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning, all of these people, they're not standing in there with you.
Exactly. So I know who I am, what I'm doing, and I am accountable to myself only. Now, of course, when you have children and whatever, that's a whole other thing. But on the whole, on the general, I don't care. You like me, you don't, you don't. It's a free country, well, sort of. You decide. You cannot please everybody. There's just no way. Because then if you do, that something is wrong. That something is very, very wrong, because that means that you have no opinions, no stance, no nothing, or you know what I'm saying? You're just like going
Rob
like
this. Lawrence is tuning in. Hey, Rob. And he's loving what you're saying. He said, exactly. What others think of us is their problem, not ours.
Exactly. Absolutely correct. And it takes courage to get to that point, because we are conditioned, many of us, especially us women, by the way, are conditioned to, we have to please. We have to look in a certain way. We have to pretend that we are amazing, even when inside we are falling apart. And it's been there. Nobody knew. When worlds are crumbling, and still nobody knew, not even my mom. So it's like, because you work with the tenet that it's only you who can save you, or it's only you who can help you. And many of us falling into that, and we don't know how to ask for help, or we were raised not to ask for help for some reason, because it's nobody's business. But it's okay. Especially now, this past 14 months, I think really demonstrated that how fragile we can be, even the strongest amongst us, right? And many of us are putting up a beautiful face, and everything is sunshine and rainbows and diamond showers and whatnot. But inside, and I know it for a fact, many of us are hurting deeply, because there are things that it's not in our control. And even though we know that it's not in our control, it makes us even more desperate. So I don't want to get into this whole COVID shit, but it just did a number on everybody, basically.
It's true. And the interesting, what I like about what you said is, just showing, you know, you're putting on an act or a facade for said audience, right? Whoever that would be on whatever platform that is. So that's one thing that I love about stories or books, that even through pandemic, there are authors launching collaborative projects, solo projects, getting their stories out. And that's a great way, in my opinion, for people to have a connectedness. If they're not outwardly, or the confidence, the courage isn't there to talk with other people, you can read. We can all read other people's experiences, and just through, seeing what other people's experiences are, how that can inspire us, how that can help lift us up, give us strength, serve us in some way or another. For you, how do you see that? Where do you see the strength in stories?
The stories have always had strength, like millions of years. Basically, ever since humanity is around, we have stories, because that's how we passed on knowledge before we wrote it down. Yeah. The wisdom keepers, the elders of the tribe, you name it, there are different names. The storytellers, they were the historians of their community at that point. Through stories we learned, through stories we transformed, through stories we actually heal. And I think the last year or so, let's just say, a year, I am happy to say that, as bad as it is, or was, or has been, or will be, or I don't even know what kind of a time I put in, it was a good year for me. Realistic, it was actually a very successful year. And I cannot even tell you, it's weird that you need a pandemic to be successful. This is crazy. Like when you are logged into your space, and you're sharing space with others at home and working from home. So that's an adjustment in itself. I cannot complain. Honestly, I am fed up, yes, because I'm a freedom-loving person. Whoever knows me knows that. I haven't seen my mom in 18 months. And I don't know when I'm going to see my mother. I was lucky to see my children because I did travel last October. So everybody thought I was crazy. How can you travel there? Yes. So from one lockdown to another, that was fun though. It was fun. But you try to find even, and I'm going to tie into something much more serious for today, because today is actually in Israel, it's called Yom HaZikaron, Remembrance Day for those who died in the Holocaust. And if you're on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, you will see images popping up today. So that's the reason why. And so everything has to be put into perspective. And today is Holocaust Remembrance Day, and where most of my family was perished, and that's a typical European story, so I'm not alone with that, unfortunately. You think about it. Everybody knows the story of Anne Frank, that for 3 years she was hidden in a tiny little thing in Amsterdam, and I've been there, I've seen the place. It's unbelievable, a 13-year-old, that yet she managed to write something so beautiful, something so innocent, something so positive and uplifting, and believing in humanity. Sometimes that belief is actually leaving me, but it is something that it's worth talking about, because if we forget what happened in the past, we will repeat it. And we cannot, and we see it in this past year. We've seen it all over the world, in Canada, in the US, where emotions erupt due to lockdowns, by the way, because it's enhances, because there's no outlets. They took away the sport, away our ability to do anything, basically. So those who don't have that outlet or are just not equipped to handle it, lash out, and they have pent up anger, pent up hate, the how should I say, the indoctrination they may have grown up with, it comes into place. So there's a lot of deep psychology going on in the human psyche, um, and the last year just emphasized that on the one hand we can be this amazing group of people, heroic and helping, and of course I'm coming to your aid if you need be at 4 a.m. That's not even a question. Contrasting with all kinds of movements and hatred, pure hatred for one group or another. And you would think that in 2021 this would be like, wow, come on, people, give it a break. No, unfortunately, it's a trend. It is a trend. It is a trend in Europe. It is a trend in here. It is a trend all over the world, unfortunately. And unless and until we learn that, unlearn this groupthink, I'm sorry, unlearn it, because we have to look at each other as individuals.
Yeah.
Like here is Kelly, who's from the States, lived in Colorado. We have the dire opposites of upbringings that you can imagine, basically. Yet we are friends, yet we are having fun in each other's company. We have common ties. And I can, if Tammy Williams is on the list there, if she's watching, I don't know. Then shout out to my girl, because she's my sister. This is a weird story in itself, by the way. But I'm saying, I think this last year has taught us a lot of things. And for me, it taught me that I have strengths and reserves that I didn't think they existed. And those reserves are getting depleted pretty fast by now. But I'm pretty sure you and Sammy, for sure, because I know Sammy, we talked. We talk almost every day. We had to dug in to those reserves and find something that, and this whole collaboration, this landed for success. Basically, you know what? It came at the right time. It really filled a void from last March. I said, okay, what the hell are we going to do? Courts are shut down. We can't do anything. We're going to go bankrupt. Nothing to eat. But hey, let's talk. Let's reach out. Let's do this cyberspace togetherness, which is to me still weird, because you and I are pretty much the same on that one. We are huggers. We need our people around. It's right. Right. The interaction, the buzz, the sounds, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And what we managed. And I think when we look back at this one 5 years from now, if you're still alive, hope, then you say, whoa. If you can change your mindset to look at the pandemic, yes, it's horrible. It's just dries us, sucks us dry, basically, this whole thing. And the more it goes on, but you can draw inspiration from yourself. Because I think you, the person, the individual, is the biggest gift. Yeah, is the biggest gift. So I'm pretty sure we have all been down and just fed up. Like, okay, another one. Lockdown? Really? Seriously?
I think you mentioned earlier, history repeats itself.
Yes.
Some people are just going to make pattern is going to give different results.
Well, even Einstein said that's a stupid thing to do, because that's not going to happen. I mean, if you are expecting different results, then it's just not going to happen. But the truth is, also this past year, and I know I'm talking about like nonsense, but that's okay. It just showed you who is really in your corner.
Yeah.
I think this was the biggest spring cleaning exercise.
And it's continuing.
Ever.
Right? That is legit. That is legit. What is it? In good times and in bad, and who your real friends are, it's not when the times are good who
Yeah.
who matters. It's when the challenges arrive.
Yep.
And when they
Exactly.
show up, then who is showing up with you?
So
And
can I tell you that I am very excited about this book? I can't wait
yes,
to come out. I don't even know. It's like everybody's bugging me. So when is it coming? When is it gonna be? We are seeing. When is it gonna be? So I do not know. Soon. Okay, people, patience. Soon. So, and the co-authors, I think we are 18.
there are 18 of you. Yes,
That's a good number. You know that.
I love it.
In numerology or in my circles, 18 means life because the Hebrew letters will add up. Hebrew letters has numerical values, and 18 comes out to life. So
life
that's
in the pandemic.
life. That's what it means. It's a chai, so it means life in Hebrew, number 18. So that's a very symbolic. I don't think that was the intention of the.
No, but see, that's the universe speaking, right? When it was, people are saying, okay, what are we going to do? Well, wait, you mean you're launching a book you're working on? You have a collaboration going on in the pandemic? How's that going to work?
It does.
Pretty fantastically, if you ask me.
It does.
Pretty great. Like,
you know what? And you know what the beauty of this? That it's no matter where you are. Yeah. Distances have been cut to zero. Right? So there's no more excuse. I mean, also in education, there's no more excuse. I can learn anywhere from anything and anywhere in the world. And I think this is going to be a gradual shift if we're on the topic of online education, because up until now, online education, especially higher education, it was looked down upon. Oh, it's online, so it's not worth anything. I don't think people realize that this is the hardest form of education ever in your life. And it's about a good, I would say 60-70% of people who start online education, they don't finish.
Yeah, it takes that takes your people's dedication as individuals next level.
It's like I did my degree online at the age of 50. I got my law degree and online, so I didn't go to like a brick and mortar school. I said no because it was convenient for me, cost effective, and it was the most humbling experience I've ever had in my life because I'm an easy learner. I always got it easy. Okay, not this time. Not this time, man. They had my number. They really had my number. And you know, when you're 50, it's like, holy fuck, what am I doing? It's like, seriously, why am I doing this? So I did it because I wanted to, for fun. I really got a law degree because of fun. So it's like, am I gonna be a lawyer? Maybe, who knows? But that's not the point. That's not even the aim. The aim was to prove it to myself that I could do it. That was a lifelong dream since I was 4 to have a law degree. So, and then life happens, you know, and I did it, and I was proud of myself, even though I didn't finish top in my class, far from it. But I did it.
Finished, but you did it.
I did, and I have it, and I'm proud of that piece of paper. And it doesn't matter what's going to happen, if I'm going to be a lawyer, not going to be a lawyer, if, you know, Canada accepts, doesn't, I don't care. I really don't. It's not the point. The point is, it was, you know, I said, okay, I'm going to embark on this journey, and let's see if I can finish it. And I was so proud of myself because there were some points when I said, okay, that's it. I'm not going to do it. And I'm done. And then I talked myself into, I said, it's just one more, just one more exam, just one more exam.
Yeah, you can do it.
It's like, when you're giving birth, it's just one more push. It's like, it's almost there. It's like, you are like dead, half dead, basically. Right? The guys wouldn't understand, but it's like, it's like that. It's the self-suggestion as well. You have to really like almost a split personality talking to you, like, yo, you can do it. Yes, I can. No, you can do it. Yes, I can. So who wins out? And so I am encouraging everybody who's listening to us today. If you have a dream, if you want to study anything in the world, do it. Don't listen, you're too old, what are you going to do with it, blah, 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 blah. Why would you do this? You do it because of you, because this is your dream, because it's your challenge, and because it's your achievement. It's nobody's business. It's absolutely nobody's business.
I'll tell you, I'm learning a new language and I'm learning guitar.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But
Amazing.
that's it. I'm 45 years old and I'm like, yeah, my kids think this is great. They're like, Mom, that's awesome. And that's,
of course. I bet you're learning Spanish.
I am.
There you go. See.
And I have our daughter is learning, they're learning French, and she's decided to pick up another language. She's learning German. And then our little guy is learning Russian.
That's a good thing. I used to speak Russian fluently back in the days, but hey, that's gone. So haven't done it in over 30 years. And once you don't practice,
right.
30 years, it's gone.
Right.
By the way, if people are wondering why I'm white in my hair, because I'm growing it out. Wisdom. This is the part of the I don't give a flying F, you know.
But it looks so cool, Judit.
So, and those of you who have known me before, I had much longer hair, so I chopped it off. If you haven't seen me.
Yeah, so, when I hopped on here with her today, for all of you watching, I haven't seen her since she got her haircut. So I was like, wait a second, is like half of your head disappearing into your artwork in the background? Or like, can you please turn around? I need to see this. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. And I want to ask you, what are your hopes for the individuals who are going to read your story, Judit?
What are my hopes? My story? Oh, I can sum it up in one word. It's freedom. So that's a clue I'm giving out. It's about freedom. Freedom. And I'm really excited to read the other 17 stories that's in there. Because each and every one of us are bringing in some interesting perspectives from our lives.
Right.
And another thing, if you want to write people, write. Don't let them down. You can't write, you don't have to do this. No. Whatever comes to your mind, put it on paper, type it up, get it out. Doesn't matter how it looks. Really doesn't. It's just blurt the words out. And leave it to the editors afterwards. So that's their job.
I love it. And I do believe there is someone somewhere in the world that has been waiting to hear your story, Judit, and someone who's been waiting to hear all of your co-authors' stories as well.
That's right.
That is a gift that keeps on giving.
And just people, when it comes out, I expect all of you to buy a copy. Okay. Yes, this is the place of the the advertisement.
But yes. It is, and so it is coming soon, so everyone can get excited. I know everyone is here. Well, we keep hearing coming soon. So yeah,
can we get a shout out to our wonderful editor, Lindsay
Fisher? Yes. Here, I'll tag her in here right now. She is phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, without her, this would not go down.
No.
Editors are the heart of a publication.
They are.
They have the eye, the knack, how to structure the story.
No, not only that, but with her expertise, this collaboration specifically is really fantastic because she's had experience with other authors who English is not their first language.
Yeah.
So when you talk about a book whose editor can keep the integrity of the story of the author, and it is something that they are proud of, the finished result is something each and every co-author can be proud of. That's
amazing. Mm-hmm. I wish we could do like a launch in real life, and just put around on on a stage and stuff like that, you know, but that's not gonna
6 feet
happen.
apart, maybe in
You
a
know,
parking lot.
No, it's a party, like a real party. I really want a real party with balloons and pastry. That's what I want.
I think, I think everybody would like a party in real
No,
life.
seriously, we have to somehow party this year. I don't care how, but somehow we just have to.
We'll
and
figure
cakes.
something
Bring the
out.
cake. Bring the cake. Bring the cake. Yum,
The
yum, yum, yum.
cake. I hope you're all listening. We're
Yeah,
doing cake.
cheesecake.
But there will be our launch will be virtual. It is going to be exciting. And what is fun is there's been other collaborative books that have been launched virtually with great success. And we absolutely are going to have a successful launch here with our Untold Stories. So to all of you, again, check out the post. Judit Schönwald, you can find her on Facebook. Her link is in the post. You definitely want to plug in and just follow what she's doing and get to know her and connect with her. You'll love her. If you are looking for, or you would like a personal introduction, some people prefer introductions. Oh my God, for the love of Pete, send me a message and I will make it happen. Like nobody's business, I will make that happen. It's my pleasure to do it. And we don't have her chapter number yet, but you are going to want to read her chapter. I can validate and verify confirm that all of the stories coming up in Untold Stories are going to touch your heart, and there will be people in your life whose hearts they will touch as well. So, Judit, any final words for the people tuning in?
Just buy the book when it comes out soon.
Robert, thanks for chiming in with us today. Gordon had popped in. To all of you, the appreciation and gratitude goes out to all of you, and to everyone catching us on the replay. That gratitude is extended to each and every one of you as well. So have an amazing rest of your Thursday. Judit, thank you for spending Thursday afternoon with me. I love it. I love you. All the best across the miles. And I'm really, really honored and privileged to have been working with you in this project, and so glad that you'll be sharing your story in our first book, Untold Stories.
Thank you. I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait. So thank you, Kelly, for interviewing me. You know, I love this very much.
You're welcome.
And you have a wonderful afternoon. It's beautiful out there. So I'm going to take the dog for a walk. So.
Oh, she has a cute puppy, everybody.
I do.
All right. Signing off
Bye.
here. To all of you, have a fantastic day.